All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. This is Brother Azariah from W5 Jersey, Philly, coming back with another video, giving all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom, Shalom. All right, Lord willing, you brothers and sisters, you enduring, all right, you waxing mightier and mightier in your faith, and Lord willing, you increasing in your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in these last days. All right, so with that being said, all right, you got prophecy taking place, man. And one of the prophecies that the Lord said would happen on the earth before he came was that men would dream dreams. All right, I'm going to open up with Acts 2 and verse 17. It's the book of Acts 2 and verse 17. All right, Acts 2 and 17. It says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days." So the Lord, he laid down signs and hints to show you whether you living in the last days or not. This is one of the hints right here. "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out of my spirit upon Slakia. I will pour out of my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams." So the Lord said, hey, you're going to be prophesying out there. Are you going to see visions, and you're going to get dreams in the last days? All right. Dreams are actually very important depending on what type of dream it is. All right. You got some dreams that's folly dreams. All right. Let me get this precept. This is the book of Sirach 34 verse 1. All right. Some dreams don't really mean nothing. All right. You got to have the discernment to understand that. This is Sirach 34 verse 1. It says, "The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools." So sometimes you'll have brothers, they'll have a dream where, for example, all right, they may be getting praised by men in the dream. All right, now they think, oh, the Lord is telling me I'm supposed to be praised by men. He might go to his congregation and say, you got to praise me. You got to bow down to me because the Lord just showed me in my dream that all of y'all were bowing down to me. All right. You see, some dreams, they lift men up. All right. Those type of dreams, you got to beware of those dreams. All right. It says, "And dreams lift up fools. Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow, and followeth after the wind." All right. So it says the visions of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, even as the likeness of a face to a face. So some dreams, they're not really saying nothing. All right. If you have a dream about you walking in a park and you walking your dog, that's not prophetic. That doesn't mean anything. All right. Don't feel as if when you wake up, I gotta tell these brothers, I had a dream that I was walking my dog, all right, and my dog kind of did this or did that. That doesn't make any damn sense. What does that have to do with the Bible? Where in the Bible does it say, well, you gotta have dreams about dogs in the park? All right, you walking your dog in the damn park. See, dreams like that, that's madness. All right, don't utter those dreams to anybody. All right, if you're wise. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 5 and verse 3. All right, Ecclesiastes 5 and 3. It says, "For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words." So certain dreams come by the multitude of business. For example, as I just mentioned, you may have just got done walking your dog for hours on end. Now when you fell asleep, you end up having a dream about you walking your dog in a park. That has nothing to do with prophecy, but some dreams do come by the multitude of business. So you have some dreams that you really don't regard, and then you have those other dreams that you got to really pay attention to. Because the Lord said he'll speak to you through these different dreams. Like we just read in Acts 2 and 17. Let's go to the book of Job 33 and verse 14. This is the book of Job. Slacky. All right, this is the book of Job 33 and verse 14. All right, it says, "For Yahweh speaketh once, yet twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed." So sometimes the Lord, he may be warning you of certain things. hey, you might have a dream that, one moment you had the fringes on, and then the next moment you don't got your fringes on. And now you in the world. I actually had a dream personally, maybe five or so, not 5 months. It was probably like 2 or 3 months ago. All right, it wasn't that long ago. So I had a dream that basically, I went back to the world pretty much, and someone persuaded me that weed was lawful to smoke. Now, in that dream, I knew that I just got done condemning Jake for this, so I couldn't immediately go back into the world and go back to my old friends and say let's smoke. I knew that. I said, well, let me try to get the next person closer to me. I tried to go to my rib and try to persuade her that smoking weed was lawful. I tried to do that. All right. So basically, and other things transpired. All right. Basically, I went to the world. All right. That dream could be a warning for me, because when I woke up from the dream, after that, I said, all right, I gotta go hard for the Lord, because anything could happen. That's not saying that I was actually falling back into the world, but that could be a warning. That's the Most High speaking to you and showing you, look, if you don't go hard in this thing, this is the vanity that you're gonna succumb to. And also on another fold, I heard certain news about another brother that supposedly he was smoking weed and A, B, and C, and I knew the brother. Now, when I heard that, I actually thought on that dream again. I said, well, maybe the dream was talking about that brother. Because a dream doesn't always walk straight like they say in the world. All right, but these dreams do give you messages. I'm going to read this again. This is the book of Job 33 and verse 14. For Yahweh speaketh once, yet twice, yet man perceiveth it not. So the Lord, he may be showing you certain things, and man is really not getting it. All right? In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. All right? So we see in the Lord, he does speak to man through visions of the night. All right? Let's get a precept on that. This is the book of Acts 18 and verse 9. All right, bear with me. This is the book of Acts 18 and 9. It says, then spake the Lord to Paul in the night by a vision. So he had a dream. It says, be not afraid, but speak and hold not thy peace. For I am with thee, and no man shall set on thee to hurt thee. For I have much people in the city. All right. So Paul was about to go to a certain place. Now the Lord, he's telling him, hey, I got you. There's people in this city that truly believe in me, so you'll be fine. You'll be protected. You see, when you get certain dreams like that, you have to have the discernment and understand, okay, the Lord is really telling me something. Don't be the brother where you get an actual dream and then you kind of like, it was just a dream. Say you had a dream about all hell breaking loose, and you kind of just shrug it off like, no, that's some movie stuff. Well, brother, that's real. That's actually in the Bible. The Lord said all hell is about to break loose. And you can see it around you. Things are spiraling out of control. So you brothers and sisters, because there's sisters too getting dreams, all right, that's getting these dreams, don't hold those dreams to yourself. Go and proclaim them to other people, because that dream may not necessarily be a message for you, but it could be a message for somebody else. All right, and the Lord wants you to relay that message. So you have to have discernment in this thing to understand what's a folly dream and what's a real dream. You see, Paul, he had discernment. He knew the Lord was dealing with him in a certain way. So he took this dream and said, okay, that got to be true. All right, that got to be so. This is the book of Acts 16 and verse 9. It says, in a vision, again, another dream, in a vision appeared to Paul in the night. There stood a man of Macedonia and prayed him, saying, come over into Macedonia and help us. So he's getting a dream. There's a man in Macedonia, and he's saying, Paul, he kind of, Paul, come help us in this dream. Verse 10, after he had seen the vision, immediately we endeavored to go into Macedonia, assuredly gathering that the Lord had called us for to preach the gospel unto them. So you see, again, it takes discernment to realize that that dream was real. He actually had a dream of men in Macedonia calling out to him and asking for help. and he perceived that this thing was so, and he went to Macedonia to see what was going on. All right. So you have to take account or recognize these dreams that you may have or another brother may have. When another brother is telling you about his dream, don't kind of, this brother think he's special. When is he going to stop talking? Now you got to listen to these dreams, man. All right. And actually look at them with a spiritual eye. Even just tonight, the reason why I'm even doing this quick video is because a brother just told us tonight, you know, in a gathering, he said he had a dream, I believe earlier this morning, he said. And basically he said all hell was breaking loose, buildings was falling, all right, fragments of the building kind of fell on his head, all right, and all hell was breaking loose all around the world, all right. So you see, when he told that dream, hey, that kind of boosted my faith, because I see, well, salvation is really coming nigh, all right, it's really coming. And other brothers, who knows what may be going through other brothers' minds. You know, they might say, well, all praise to the Most High. You know, I got to take it up a notch. All right. If all hell's really about to break loose, hey, I got to step it up a notch. All right. So you see, you got to tell these dreams, man. And like the brother just, like I just said, how he dreamed about destruction. All right. That's not nothing new. All right. Ezra, he also had dreams of destruction. All right. So these things are really going to come to pass in these last days, man. All right. And you have to take them as signs and warnings. Remember, we just read, the Lord speaketh once, yet twice, but man perceiveth it not. Don't be the brother that doesn't perceive it or the sister that doesn't perceive it. If you go in the world and tell Jake in the world about a dream you had, he going to say, nigga, shut up. Or if it's a girl, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Javante that live across the street. Meanwhile, you're trying to tell this girl about a dream you had, man. Don't be the person that doesn't perceive it. All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra 13. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that had moved all the waves thereof. The wind is symbolic for destruction. The seas is the nations. All right. It says, I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. This is talking about Yahushua. Yahushua is coming back on the earth with the thousands and thousands of heaven. All right. And everything trembled under him. All right. The nations and even the animals, man. The animals going to look up and be damn confounded, man. All right. Fear is going to quake in their body. All right. Verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. All right, that's also, you read about that in Revelation, the 17th chapter, where you're going to have the other nations coming against Yahushua to try to subdue him. Because in this time, World War III is going to be taking place. All right, you're going to have World War III, and then you're going to have Yahushua in the midst of World War III. He's going to crack the sky open, and he's going to come down to bring judgment. So while they're fighting each other, they're going to look up. Hold on, that's the enemy. This the man we've been waiting for, man. Then they're going to try to subdue him with their damn tanks, their helicopters, all right, jets, which is not going to work, all right. Let's keep going. Verse 5 again. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. All right. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. So when he comes from destroying, when he gets, he's fresh off of getting done destroying America, he's going to come and see these other nations, all right, in the Euphrates River, in that area, all right. And he's going to destroy them there, but he's going to have a chariot. He's going to be on a great chariot. That mountain is not an actual mountain. The Lord's not going to ride a mountain, all right. It's talking about the chariots because it's going to be big, all right. That's why it's referred to as a mountain. It says, and flew up upon it, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. So the chariot is so big that you really can't see the beginning of it or the end of it. All right. Verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. So they're gonna see that they can't succumb him and defeat him, but they're still gonna fight anyway. All right. Verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude no thing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. And after so plain upon tables, the Lord's gonna destroy the nations, man. This is a cut to any Christian that says, well, everybody's gonna be saved. So what about these people that's gonna be turned to dust and smoke and ashes? All right, you don't really got an answer for that. Verse 12. And afterward I saw the same man come down from the mountain, and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and others some brought some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. See that? So you have men, they have dreams of last or end day prophecies. Like the brother at camp, he told us he had a dream of end day prophecy, man. You got to take heed to these dreams that brothers are having, or even the dreams you're having yourself. All right, take it into accountability, meditate on it. And then also when you do that, think about what you got to do to make it to the kingdom. The Lord said you got to make your calling and election sure in this thing, man. Let me get this precept in 2 Peter 1 and 10. All right, this is the book of 2 Peter 1 and verse 10. It says, Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. So when you get these different dreams or even hear about these dreams, they should motivate you and push you to elevate yourself. All right. If you were on level 2, go up to level 4. If you were on level 4, go up to level 6. If you were on level 6, go up to level 8. All right. You must be increasing and doing more in this truth, man. Make your calling and election sure, or you're gonna be the stubble and the dust that Ezra seen in a dream, man. You're going to be likened unto the other nations. You're going to have the same judgment as them. So with that, I'm giving all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ, and Kwam Yashala.